Great rising. Great rising, great rising. Peace and power, y'all. Okay. Lift and separate. Lift and separate. Alright. Peace and love. Let's go so I can see. Alright. I'll get right on to it. Peace and power, family. I am a distinctive, beautiful flower and a healing herb with a heart, a mind, breasts, buttocks, and a womb. I come with sacred earth medicine to heal myself. Peace, Nas. Peace, Nas. Pieces. Mwah. I love y'all. Alright, here we go. Try to get comfortable. It's good to be ready. You know, I just go story of my life. Story of my life. Alright. Okay, we ready to rock and roll? We ready to rock and roll. It's my first day off, y'all. Like, since I'm like a for real working woman and shit. I done had some days off, but ain't no training no more and shit. Now they expect me to be there on time and do work. So, today I don't have to be there on time or do work. I give thanks. Oh, I give thanks. Can't remember the last time I was just this excited just because it was fucking Wednesday. How is it? Oh, it's peace. It really is. I remember when I delivered Dory prematurely. My husband and I at the time, he worked in Savannah, and we lived in Atlanta, but he would go to Savannah for work, and he would be gone for months at a time. Well, September came, and I was like, I miss you. It's your birthday month. You should, let me come see you in Savannah. It's like, well, come in and spend the weekend. So I went for the weekend, whatever holiday is it. Was it Memorial Day or Labor Day or something? Whatever holiday in September, that's when I went. And my water broke while I was there, and I ended up hospitalized, and I couldn't leave the hospital. So at the last minute, then they told me if the baby does come early, your baby will be in the NICU unit here. So I didn't know when. I knew that I would deliver my baby in Savannah, and I had to uproot my life quickly to Savannah. And when I did, I was getting high as a kite. I was smoking weed because it was the only way to keep food down. I remember going to the doctor, and they would give me, hold on, I'm trying to think of what's the name of the drug they gave me. Promethazine. I don't know why Zofran, I can hear that in the back of my mind, but it gave me promethazine and a pill, and I would throw that shit up too, like sometimes so fast I could actually see it. So I was just nauseous unless I smoked. If I smoked, I could keep whatever I would eat in the next hour down. So I wasn't even smoking for fun like I do now, or smoking just because a nigga done got on my last goddamn nerve like I do now. I was smoking so I could eat. When my stomach would hurt, I would remember to eat by smoking. Anyway, so I delivered that baby, and those folks was like, yeah, so we drug screened you. We usually do that if a baby is born prematurely. We test the mother and the baby. And it was like, because I tested positive for marijuana, I would have to go to drug rehab classes. The piece was, they said my baby did not test positive. And if my baby had tested positive, it would be a whole nother channel of events I'd have to go through. Anyway, I'm telling you this because, like me being at the job that I don't really want, you know what I'm saying? It's like me they put me in classes. They told me in order for me to get my baby back, I would have to stop smoking weed, court order, random drug test, court order, and I would have to take substance abuse classes, court order. So Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous. They had me take both classes. And when I sat in some of those programs, like I said, I remember meeting a man who said that he would shoot liquor in his veins. He would shoot liquor through a needle so he could put the alcohol directly into his bloodstream, get drunk faster, and still pass the breathalyzer test so that he could drive his car. He had already had multiple DUI offenses, a special insurance, and a breathalyzer, so he got to have a clean breathe before he can crank up the car. And depending on... Yeah. How you going? Is we here? Peace, sis. Great rising. Did it bring me back though, Nas? Did it bring me back? Did it bring me back? Damn it, till we get our own internet. Hold on, I'm gonna cut this one short, y'all. So, Shalonda, you don't think I should just cut this whole shit down? Just don't start it over? They only gonna cut the next one off anyway. Okay, so I'll tell you. So they had put my drug fiend ass in the rehab classes, okay? And I didn't feel like I belonged there. Okay, that's peace. I love y'all ass. I didn't feel like I belonged in the rehab classes. But as I met these other people, I quickly understood that I was court ordered to be there. Maybe. But I was also God ordered to be there, you know? Not to save my own life, but to be an influence on some of the other people. Like, what I didn't consider until I was in the program and listening to other people and ministering to other people, you know what I'm saying? Coaching and consulting with other people, that I realized that I may not have been there for me at all, you know? So it's the same way with this job. It's the same way. Sometimes you're there for you, and sometimes you got to be there just so you're in the right place to catch somebody else at the right time. So while I felt like, oh my God, these motherfuckers are so beneath me, they nasty, they ratchet, they high, they addicts, they fiends, they were looking at me the same way. Only to them, because we haven't lived the same life or run the same blocks, I didn't look fiend to them, you know. Like, I didn't look like the life they lived. But for us to sit together, they knew that our lives had to be the same. And so somehow I encouraged them, you know. I remember one of the ladies telling me, she's like, man, you like the model client, like the poster child for this shit. Like, if everybody came through and did what you're doing, then like we would all be motivated. Like, we would feel like the work is not in vain. Oh yeah, like, it's cool. I'm definitely yeah, it's cool. It is cool. I have opportunities every day. Like, somebody called me the produce girl last night. They're like, you don't have nothing but fruit every time you come in here. They think it's so amazing that there's somebody who doesn't eat, because I work at the fucking pizza place. I think it's amazing that there's somebody who doesn't eat cheese and who doesn't eat meat. Man, it's really sad too, because everybody has an issue. There's one guy who says he's too old to bend over, and I know how to fix that, but he probably wouldn't listen. There's one lady who cramping so bad she can't move, and she eat Midol, and I know exactly how to fix that, but she probably won't do it. There's another man who say he have allergies. He say half the year, if not more than that, he don't smell anything. I'm like, you don't smell the foul odor, my man? I'm just trying to ask you if this mop smell bad. Can you do I need a second opinion. And like, oh, I can't smell anything. You just going through life like, fuck the whole, never mind you had 360 motherfucking senses in the beginning. You was a full 300. You had $3.06, like Erykah Badu said when you began. These niggas told you got 5 senses. They told you a special little white boy if you got a 6th sense, and you just okay to just accept 4, my nigga. I can't really smell shit. Oh, nigga, don't you get ahead of yourself, because you can't see shit with your blind ass. And you be like, shit, I can't really. Yeah, like, you're not okay. You're not okay. Like, you're not okay. I need you to want all your senses back. Refine the 5 you know of, okay? Meditate on the 6th one and ask for the remainder. Oh yeah, you got a frozen screen. They trying to take me down, Brown. They trying to take me down, Brown. Okay, yeah, it's all toxic blood. I say our body heals itself. Our body always. I said this before. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. It's on page 7. This is a book called Spontaneous Healing. So I'm not about to read it to you, but just right here on page 7. So you fix all those illnesses and diseases the same way. Like I said, one healer be like, it's all from the mucus. One be like, it's all from the blood. It's in the blood. Listen, at every level of biological organization, you know how I always say, at a molecular level, at every level of biological organization from DNA up, mechanisms of self-diagnosis, self-repair, and regeneration exist in us, always ready to become active when the need arises. Mechanisms, that's a system or a process of self-diagnosis. Okay, that means yourself can say to yourself what's wrong. Self-repair means yourself can fix what's wrong with yourself. And regeneration means the same thing. You can replenish what you've been missing by yourself. And your body is always ready to become active when the need arises. All we have to do is give it the materials. And I tell you, when you wake up in the middle of the night and you feel that grumbling in your stomach and you be feeling like, oh God, I need to go to the kitchen and get a chicken nugget. I need to eat a cold piece of pizza or reach in the chicken pie. You don't. Your body is, anytime you fast, anytime you're eating, you're breakfasting or breaking the fast. And anytime you fast, you leave your body to eat away the inorganic material, okay? So when you feel that, yeah, it's not your stomach lining and shit like niggas be like. Yeah, it's not your stomach lining. Anyway, let's keep on going. Yeah, so all of that was because you asked me how is it at the job. It's peace at the job. It's peace at the job. It's definitely peace. I got a bigger job than the one that I make an infinite amount at. Like, it's crazy because I make $8 at one job and I make an infinite amount at the other job. Yeah, it's peace. Yeah, it's peace. I love being able to influence people. And plus people can feel me. And so many of these businesses put money into product. They put money into remodeling and shit, making shit look good. They'll give a motherfucking team of people, a team of employees, a new shirt or a new business card to pass out or a new process to roll out or a new product to roll out before they refine service. Service is how you get ahead. Service is how everywhere you go, Kroger and Walmart got good prices and long motherfucking lines. And it's how Publix get you in and out every time. It's how McDonald's everywhere got long and fucked up lines. And Chick-fil-A get you in and out every time. Chick-fil-A ain't had to remodel the company. McDonald's done remodel the company. These motherfuckers done hit you with the Mac Cafe and you didn't even know it changed. Them niggas dropped them iced coffees a couple years back, probably about 10 years ago. And we're like, we're going to hit them with the Mac Cafe. No, the difference is putting the power into service, all right? Because these are people, and people spend based on their emotions. When people feel good, they're likely to spend more time, more energy, more money. When people feel good, they'll invest, all right? So, yeah, it's about service. So wherever I am, I come with good service, you know? In relationship and shit, in business ship and shit ship and all ships, I come with service. So I'm peace. Shit, as long as I'm somewhere where I can serve and be served. Alright. That's peace. Okay, let me use this affirmation again in case somebody missed it, because I know we've been choppy. I am a sacred woman. This one I'm doing now is NUK amiku qemam xeperu NTR NUK inu inku amuku. Alright, that one's on page 148. Making the word sacred. I am a shining being and a dweller in light who has been created and who came into existence from the limbs of NTR. I am one of those lights dwelling in the light. Alright? That's peace. I'm going to practice it until I get it. Until I get it. Alright, here we go. A talk fast experience. So hopefully we are wanting to try or experience a talk fast. Queen Mother, if you here, I forgot to email you back. I got your message, but I don't know how we're gonna talk to each other unless you want to just call me and I just not answer, or oh, you got an iDevice, an iPhone or something, so we can message. I'll send you my number today. But that's what I was thinking. I can't video you on Messenger. I don't know if you have Skype or Duo or whatever it is, but I definitely I need the time to cry. I need the time to cry, and so we can cleanse together. Like I said, I'm not avoiding that I can commit to. Just let me know how we're gonna do it. All right, here we go. Transitional dietary practices for gateway 1s to 3. All right, so this has a kidney liver flush. I'm on page 152, just so you know. This is Queen of Four, Sacred Woman, copyright 2000, Queen of Four, Helen O. Robinson. All right. Okay. Let me read this right quick to see how I feel about it. Freshly pressed fruit juices, 8 to 12 ounces. First use rule. Eating fruit and drinking fruit juice is done 1 hour before each meal for greater digestion. Acid fruits, lemons, limes, include cooked whole wheat dairy, freshly pressed vegetable juices, large raw salad, sprouts, lentil. How can I say this easy? All right, damn. The transitional dietary practices for gateways 1 to 3 include kidney flushes, fresh pressed juices, tofu, lentil as proteins, texturized vegetable or TVP, sprouts, beans, peas. This is how we're going to do it. Repeat lunch, but after the sun goes down, do not eat proteins or starches. That's P. So many good things in here. It's got millet, bulgur, brown rice, couscous, baked white potato, yam, corn on the cob, whole wheat and sprouted. I don't eat corn. The shit comes out of my shit. I'm good. I love corn. I'm not fucking with it anymore. Love corn. Not fucking with it anymore. It says in here, no bananas. Do not mix acid and subacid fruits together. Acid fruits are grapefruit, lemon, lime, oranges, tangerines. Subacid fruits are apples, pears, plums, cherries, berries, and peaches. No bananas. Do not mix acid and subacid fruits together. And we know now that even though both of them are healthy for you, all of this is about maximizing, as far as dietary goes, it's about maximizing digestion, helping your system to do better what the fuck it's already designed to do. And I said, I think we've talked about it before, how if we have it, like, wow, a hot dog or a hamburger is the worst fucking thing you can have, a meat-bread combination. You wonder why everybody's sick, everybody fat. A meat-bread combination, that's common for us. We feel like you're supposed to have a meat and a starch and then some other shit. Maybe a vegetable. Some niggas just like choose two starches and they meat, or however you do it. But in actuality, you should have, for maximum digestion, you can have whatever the fuck you want to have. Okay, let's be clear. For maximum digestion, I would suggest you have 50% raw food on your plate, 25% steam, and then the other 25% be your protein or your carb. For maximum results, it would be raw and steam, and that would be it. But for those that are following and are still struggling, or try time is die time, they're still trying, then that 50% raw, 25% steam, and then 25% protein or carbohydrate, not both. I mean, we've discussed it before. I'll say it briefly. It's a different type of acid to dissolve, to digest the meat than it is, and it is a different one to take care of the bread. And when the two chemicals or enzymes are released at the same time, they just neutralize themselves, and so no work gets done. Okay, no work gets done. Another reason why. Yeah, I guess I can try to show you this. I can try. Story of my life. All I need is an ink pen. This will do. Alright. You know I'm not an artist, but I'll try. Alright, so let's say saccharide. I may be wrong, but let's say saccharide is the sugar. Okay? So you got a monosaccharide. We know mono means one. And let's go with I think it's called a disaccharide. It's got the two. But I want to talk about this one, the polysaccharide. Can you see that? Alright, so this is just the sugars, because everything we eat, the digestion is just your body turning the things that it can turn into energy. The rest of the stuff, it just turns into tumors, cysts, and diseases. Okay? So every time you eat, The things that can be, the natural things, the organic things that can be converted to energy are converted to energy, are contributing to your metabolism. And so when you be like, man, I got a slow metabolism, you haven't fed a good metabolism is what it is. Anyway, every time we eat, all the cells in our body have to break it down. And when you have something like a fruit, you got this right here, a monosaccharide, right? They say you have a donut or a piece of bread, that might be a disaccharide. You have a fucking hamburger with cheese and shit, you got a polysaccharide, right? And these are the strands, almost like strands of sugar, we'll say, all right? Now, your body take all the cells to break this down. Everything go to break that one down. That's the fruit. So when you have a bread and it's got more, before your body can break it down, it's got to take the time to untangle the two. And then, okay, that's peace. All right, this got a good notification. All right, so this one, your body take time. It's got to break the two apart and then break them down individually. So you can imagine this is double the work as this one, right? And in this one, the polysaccharide, it's got to untangle all this shit. It's divided into multiple strands before it can break them down individually. So when you eat meat and bread together, you give your body more work to do. And sadly, it takes so long for the body to do that, hours for the body to do that. And by the time your body just getting started real good, you already shoving another snack down your neck, and it's got to go and handle that now too. So for our dietary practices, let's try to get as close as we can to 50% raw, 25% steamed, and then 25% need to be a meat or a carb. All right. Now, it'll change from individual to individual and schedule to schedule, but that's a good baseline if you're trying to eat better and right away. And if I was you, I would try to eat meat once a day if you are eating meat. Eat it once a day if you can. There's no if you can. You can. You got to know that you can. The same way you be annoyed with your children when they be like, they hungry, they hungry, they hungry. My nigga, you not that hungry. You just ate an hour and a half ago. Okay, it's the same. Sis. You're not that hungry. You're so fucking accustomed to eating. You're so used to eating. It's all you do. Really and truly try to do something else when you feel like you might be hungry to know that you really are hungry. Try to do something else that edifies you and makes you a better person. Don't read no book. You read plenty of books. Get up and do some exercises. You keep saying you're going to exercise. The same way you watch YouTube and you watch me, put in beginner yoga. And just do that. But do something to help your body to build, to help your digestion. All right, I'm going to be careful because I'll fuck around and be back on the 10 ways of healing and the 10 ways of health. So let me focus. Heal thyself, breath of spring. I say 3 drops. Internal cleansing, you guys just talking about enemas, which I now understand that there's no need for a band-aid or a quick fix. If you do what you do, your body is God body, okay? NUK pu NUK ku amiku in xeperu in NTR how NUK u au inu inku amu ku. Alright? And you come with sacred earth medicine to heal yourself. You can't say you God in one breath and be like, you are the light being from the dwellers of the light, and you come from the mother, father, creator, and then in the next one, you need a whole bunch of shit to assist you. You got to have some clay. You must have some sea salts. You don't know what the fuck you gonna do about your health without a Vitamix. You need a workout machine. You need a workout partner and a dog and a stick for when you go walking. You be on that bullshit. Alright, physical activities. Do your dance of the womb exercises. If it's difficult to pull up the video and do yoga and or workout, if jumping jacks and push-ups scare you, dance. Dance like your life depends on it. Do your dance of the womb exercises, 15 to 30 minutes daily. If you have Pandora, African Tribal Spirits Radio is my shit. And it's how I get the children to move too. If I don't have to ask them to dance with me. If I do, say, can we dance together? They're going to ask me to pull up YouTube and we're going to have to whip the nay-nay or dab. I don't want to dab. I want to drum. And so I play African Tribal Spirits Radio. And it's enough for me to move. And move freely. Like I said, dance too like no one's watching. Exercise for 15 to 30 minutes a day. 15 to 30 minutes a day. Move as often as you can. As often as you can. As often as you can. Do fire breath meditation 5 to 15 minutes daily. It's got rejuvenation baths, which I won't encourage anymore. They feel good. They peaceful. And I might take one occasionally as a treat, maybe, but definitely not regularly until my health is fully restored. Like, I don't want my, and for me, that's got a lot to do with temperature. Like I said, I'm God body. I don't need the tub. I need the material. I don't need the tub. All right. Heal thyself. Master herbal formula. All right. That's a detox there. That thing really was a detox. I had some of that. I don't know what happened to it. I think somebody might have hit me for that shit. The Heal Thyself Master Herbal Formula. It was a 7-day fast I took on the Queen of Four Rites of Passage program. And I didn't get through 3 days before I felt like I could feel a heartbeat in my ass. Like, I could really feel a pulse. And I would sit down and I could feel like, it felt like, I was like, damn, is that my heartbeat I feel in my ass? I don't know, but I stopped because I was like, I'm shitting too much. I got to a point where I was like, I think, yeah, if I think about eating, I'm a shit. And if my sister on the other side of town eats something, I'm a shit. It was bad, but that was the Heal Thyself Master Herbal Formula. Queen of Fools Rejuvenating Clay Application, other nature cures. Drink 2 or 4 quarts of distilled water daily. You know, that's the only water I drink now. Drink 2 or 4 quarts of distilled water daily. You may add the juice of 1 lemon or lime. It says, and or add a sacred crystal to the water. But caution, don't swallow the crystal. All right. Sacred Words, 7-day transformative work. Identify. This is important to do. This is the part where, and not the part in the book, this is the part in the journey where I start taking shit really personal. Like I said, in the beginning, I told you we was chopping it up and we was laughing and we was bonding and we was connecting. This is the part from now on, sis. This is the part from now on, brother, where I take this shit real serious. Okay, keep in mind that I'm a healer and I'm sensitive about my shit. Okay, this is the part where I understand that we are reflections and representatives of each other. This is the part that I understand to me. If you're not doing any healing and you fucking with me and I'm fucking with you, then I'm hurting myself. This is the part where I understand if we go into war together, I need to be ready in mind, body, and spirit, and you got to be ready in mind, body, and spirit. And I'm not okay to go into war with you standing next to me and you're not okay in mind, body, and spirit. I don't feel protected and I don't feel ready. That's not peace and that's not love, okay? That's pieces. We got to pick our shit and pick it up and put it together. This is the part where I realize now, I remember not too long ago, in the spirit of non-judgment, somebody told me, you got to remember everybody healing don't look the same. And I took that and I was like, you're right. And that's because I got the spirit of oneness and all love and all forgiveness in me. But now that I understand the way nature really heals, not the way we use nature to try to heal, now that I understand the way nature heals, I understand that healing does fucking look the same. It does look the same. And don't let nobody tell you different. Love, healing, happiness, wholeness, peace, those things look and feel the same on everybody. It's a frequency. And yes, the fuck it does look the same. If you don't feel it, something is sick, trust it. And so I'm telling you now, this is the part where if you're not doing the work, I'm not fucking with you. I really will love you and stand in solidarity with you from a whole nother motherfucking corner of the world. If you're not doing any work, I can't fuck with you. This gonna help you. How can I find peace? Sometimes I love to say this shit. Yeah, like, wait, Ayanna Vazan told you, when love show up looking ridiculous, somebody gotta fucking help you out, okay? How do you find peace? Sometimes we don't know what we gonna do, but what we do know, what the fuck we not gonna do. And sometimes, sis, it's fucked up, but that's the only place we can start. We might not know what kind of job we want. We might not know what kind of man we want, what kind of house we want. We might not know what kind of future we want. But once we can start to identify the things that we know we do not, we're off to a good start. So if we want peace and we don't know, I mean, for the best peace, should I end with an aho? Should I hit him with an ashe? Should I hit him with a hallelujah? Listen, really and truly, what you start to do is say what you know is not peace. Because it's not a mystery. What it is we so hell-bent on keeping other motherfuckers and other processes comfortable that we live in the discomfort ourselves. It's not a mystery to you, black woman. You God. God don't need no help. God know exactly why God don't have no peace. God might not want to admit it. Might not want to say, but God know exactly why God don't have no peace. Identify why, and then elude those things. Expel, expunge those things. Get rid of those things. Identify, listen, on Sacred Word, Transformative Work, Bullet 1 says, identify and write down words or phrases that block you from your blessings. Identify, or let's say everybody, let's do it right the fuck now. Let's do it. Identify and write down words or phrases that block you from your blessings. I got one. I can't, I want, I need. I can't will block you from your blessings. I want will block you from your blessings. I need will block you from your blessings. If I were you, I would start with words and phrases. And like I said, if you feel like, oh, I can't think of nothing that I say because I'm just so God out here, I don't really be saying nothing like that. Like I said, that's how you feel about you, just start with somebody else. Take the most negative person you know and write down the shit they say. Listen to everybody who you speak to today and write down the shit you hear them say. And then you'll start to hear the same things in yourself. I'm scared. I'm afraid. It's too late. I don't have time. I won't make it. You know what I mean? I won't. I don't. I ain't got time for that. Yeah, you ain't got time for that. What the fuck do you have time for? What the fuck do you have time for? Turn off the TV, family. Turn off the TV. Turn off the TV. The time that we spend watching TV, every minute that we spend watching TV, we could be doing something else. And we have a bad time managing time. Time management is something we struggle with. I'm talking about as a country, as a label, and as a motherfucking crew. Turn the TV off and use that time to connect with your family, or your children, or yourself, or to journal. That way you can really do some transformative work. But identify and write down the words or phrases and then the people. I'm tired. That's a good one. Nas, she said she needs sacred words because she will cuss somebody slam out in a heartbeat. Listen, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I don't know what to say, sis. Like, I do be wanting to cuss people out, but I'm gonna tell you what happened last night. I wanted to cuss a motherfucker out last night. 2 times. First time I walked in the job and I had on a blue undershirt. It was a Domino's blue. I wasn't trying to match. I was just wearing, I don't wear no bra. And I realized that my back is starting to hurt. And I'm like, that's what I'm not going to let an $8 hour job do, is tear me down physically and take me from my family and have no reimbursement. So I conclude that it probably hurt because I haven't had on a bra for real in 2 years. I ain't worn no bra for real. And now I've been wearing a bra for 50 hours in a week. I'm not going to do it. So I had the courtesy to put on a t-shirt up under my work shirt. So when I go in, they ain't got to see my titties swinging. And they going to tell me after not issuing me no t-shirt, after issuing me 1 shirt, and no laundry detergent or nothing, not even the sulfate kind. They didn't give me no laundry detergent or nothing. They gave me 1 shirt and a schedule I worked 6 days, and then told me I need to wear a different color undershirt that they don't plan on providing. But I had to ask them was, because what I wanted to say was, you got me fucked up. But what I said was, oh, okay, that's fine. I'm sure that this shirt will be less bothersome to the employees and the customers than my breast swinging, because I don't typically wear a bra. This is to keep my breast in place. But if you if in fact that this undershirt is inappropriate and you won't be issuing me the proper shirt, I will make sure I refrain from wearing any undershirts or any underclothes in the future. Is that sacred enough, honey? I be in honey. Shit. Okay. You could be to get a Cindy Sticks and some hot chicks all in the same place. I'm just saying, I wanted to cuss somebody the fuck out. But I didn't. Sis. Just be peace. Just be peace. Just breathe first. Just breathe first. It's always a sacred way to say something fucked up. It's always as above and so below. As above and so below. And don't forget, sometimes you gotta cuss somebody the fuck out. Don't forget that. That's also balance. Now, if you out here just cussing everybody slap the fuck out so much that you gotta apologize and feel bad, you out of control. But every now and then you might have to cuss somebody out. Okay? Yes, you might have to. Trying to think what the fuck else had happened at the job. So somebody left me a tip of 71 cents, right? And so my 71 cents is sitting right there. Now, I could have put my 71 cents in my pocket, but I leave my 71 cents there so everybody else will be encouraged to leave me 71 cents, okay? Because I know I could get a hot $4 before I leave out of here. So I leave my 71 cents up there, and a lady come in, and she order a pizza, and the pizza $12 and some change, and then she say she want a dipping sauce, and I tell her, okay, they charge for the dipping sauce. The dipping sauce gonna be, it's new job. I'm still saying they, not we. They charge for the dipping sauce. I don't know. Look, I'm just here. I don't know what the fuck them niggas doing. Look, they charge for the dipping sauce. It's 52 cents. And she said, okay, it's like 70-something cent right here. Can I just use this? I said, no, that's my tip, sis. But it's like 70-something cent. It's right here. So I make $8 an hour. And I say this, I make $8 an hour, and that's a 71 cent tip of mine. And so a $12 pizza is more than one of my hours. Yeah, sis, you can definitely have 52 of my cents to come off of my $8 this hour. You know what I mean? Now, this bitch actually took the 52 cent. And it's cool, because what I wanted to do was lick the garlic off the crust of her pizza and suck the cheese off the backside of the pepperonis and put it back together and give it to her. But what I said instead was, peace and power, sis. Peace and power. I give thanks because the motherfucker behind was like, damn, some people just sad as fuck and left me a good $4. You know what I'm saying? Like, his order might have been 15 and some change. He like, just keep the change, sis. God damn. Thank you, brother. Yeah, because I was ready to consume dairy on her motherfucking ass. Talking about individually suck each pepperoni. Bitch, this is a motherfucking kiss from the bottom of my ass. But I didn't cuss that bitch out. I didn't lick her pizza crust or suck the dairy off the back of her pepperonis and shit. What I said, I gave that bitch 52 cents and I smiled because that's my sister. Peace and power, sis. Peace and power. I didn't even say nothing fucked up like I hope your car get manged up when you cross over 285 because it was just 52 cents. You know what I'm saying? It's just 52 cents. That's it. I love you. Really though. Really and truly. I've been practicing so long that the split second, the thought or move or desire to cuss somebody the fuck out, besides my kids, I have no control and that shit just overwhelms me. But with other people who don't know me that well, the minute that it's like a split second where I want to cuss them out, and then the second split second is like, it reminds me that that's too much power. It reminds me that I can't give them that much control. It's like somebody being able to, like I can play a certain song and make you sad, or I can show you like they manipulate our emotions all the time. The system manipulates our emotions all the time, and I don't want people, like the system of white supremacy or whatever the fuck you want to call it, the system has the power and the tools to program me and to manipulate me and to dictate what I'm feeling. But a regular motherfucker who probably make $9 an hour and still decided to spend a whole 12 of them on a pizza, like a regular individual, like just a regular ass, you're a reflection of me. I get it. You don't have the tools and you don't have the power to knock me off my block. You're not welcome to have my peace. That's why I've left relationships and have left the whole shit. You can have the car, you can have the washer, the dryer. As much as I love that motherfucking bed set, you can have all of that shit. Because peace of mind, if money is one of the things that drive you, then that's it. Like, you'll put up with some bullshit at your job that compromise a little bit of your peace because it's for a lot of money. Yeah, bro, you might put up a little bit of bullshit from the man at home and compromise your peace because you're going to get a lot of bit of dick. But in a situation where you ain't going to get a goddamn thing, why in the fuck would you give them your shit? Sankofa mean go back and get your shit, not give it away. Sankofa mean go back and fetch it, not give it away. Every time you cuss a bitch out because you done lost your motherfucking shit, you have lost your motherfucking shit. You ain't even lose that shit. You gave your shit away. No, I'm not giving you a motherfucking thing. You can catch the sacred silence. Do you understand sacred silence fucks people up? They used to call it silent treatment. Now we woke. It's called sacred silence. You don't say a motherfucking thing. Look at a motherfucker. A lot of time that's plenty. Just look at him. That's it. Just look at him. I wouldn't sacrifice my peace no more. I wouldn't. It's all the fuck I have. It's all the fuck I have. Like my skin, my fucking teeth, and my peace. And I want to protect all of them. Alright. Identify, like I said, to keep your peace. Identify the things, the people, the places, the processes, procedures, belief systems, and phrases that block you from your peace. All of it. All of it. All of it. I don't give a fuck how small it is. All of it. I don't give a fuck how petty it is. All of it. It blocked my peace when I wake up at 7 a.m. instead of being able to sleep all the way till 9. Get ridiculous. Write all that shit down so you'll know where you stand in the struggle. Because everything can be changed by God, and you God, ain't you? You can do it. Make sure after you've written down these things that elude you from your peace or block you from your blessings, write down how frequently or infrequently you think you speak them or speak to them. How frequently do you engage with them? Let's say I work with a manager and he or she is cold and mean and an asshole and rude, right? Or let's say I'm in a relationship with somebody who's the same way. And they're always like that. How much of time do I spend with them? How much of time am I engaging with them? If there's a particular thing I don't like to do, like I don't like to go to church, let's say I don't like to go to church. I go with my mama all the time, but I fucking hate going to church. I love my mama, but I hate fucking going to church. Like, all of it compromises your peace. How often do you go? Are you going with her on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday? Are you just going with her on Easter? Are you just, determine how frequently or infrequently you think you're speaking them. Just seeing how much you engage in something will help you. That's why a lot of these dietitians will tell you to log your food. Because if you write down in a day like when you say, I had breakfast, lunch, and dinner and a snack, it don't sound bad. When you say you had fucking 3 waffles, 2 eggs, 6 pieces of bacon, 2 glasses of orange juice, you had a banana, you had a grape, you had a foot-long sub, you had a bag of chips, you had a 16-ounce sweet tea, you had a candy bar, you had a bag of cookies, then at nighttime you had a pot of spaghetti, a side of salad, and 2 breadsticks and a cup of tea. Then you can realize, looking at the list, that you have eaten yourself into a fucking coma. It's the same way. When you start to write down and look at in front of you all of the stuff. Let me see, hold on. My daddy's the pastor. He knows I'm not going to. That's it. It's not say her daddy a pastor and no, he ain't going to church. My daddy's a pastor too, and he still just pastorized me every time he see me. And that's cool too. I'll take that. But what I won't take is you telling me to go to your church. I'm good on that. Now what you can also do is tell your church to come to me, because I got an open door policy. But let's keep pushing. Toxic words and ambiguous words can set you up for a painful, non-productive life. Toxic words and ambiguous words, that mean in the middle. You can't really fucking tell, okay? The teeter-totter, the try-time. Toxic words and try words can set you up for a painful, non-productive life. Identify and make 2 lists in your journal. One for words or phrases that disempower you, and another list for words or phrases that empower you. Remember, we're doing this for sacred words, but because we want to make sure we're applying it in the best way, don't just use words. If you have the time and mind to, also include people and things that disempower you. When Say and I first got together, like, we were vibrating so high, and it was like the new love, and anytime I would tell him about an issue I had, it would be like, okay, whatever God says is an issue, fuck out of here. Then as the time went by, I remember feeling a shift where I would have to say things like, King, we're on the same team. I remember an example, not to put his business in the street, but to put his business in the street. I remember an example, a sister reached out to him and was saying her and her son are homeless, and she needs $600 or something. And he was disappointed in himself, because since he's been with me and taking care of me and mine, he hasn't had it to take care of as many people in the community as he would. And so he felt bothered by it. And I told him, well, we sisters helping sisters. You know what I'm saying? Tell her to reach out to me. Like, low key, she know me anyway. I mean, not being fancy, but it's a little inappropriate anyway. Hell, even the church do that. If a woman call with an issue, she gonna talk to the first lady. If a man call with an issue, he gonna talk to the deacon or the pastor. So I'm like, I'm sure if she see you on Facebook, she see me on Facebook. She should have reached out to me, but just encourage her to. Tell her to reach out to me, get her GoFundMe information, and I'll shout her out, and the sisters can support the sisters like they always do. I don't know what happened, because I never got no information. When I did follow up with him, he was like, yeah, she had went off on him in the message, because she wanted help. She didn't want to go through nobody else and to nobody else, so she had went off. And I was like, oh, well, in my mind is thinking, that's peace. We dodged a bullet. You know what I mean? We didn't deplete our resources or have people pouring into somebody who was showing signs of unappreciation or being an ingrate at the very beginning. Because you're not entitled to shit. Don't nobody owe you a motherfucking thing. But he got upset with me, it seemed like. Like, yeah, but it's my fault it's like that. I'm like, no, ain't no way it's your fault that somebody got ratchet because you couldn't give them a gift. He's like, well, women count on me, and single women especially. And I'm like, am I catching heat like I cussed you the fuck out? Like, king, I'm on your team. So like I said, in the beginning, anything that made me feel some kind of way, he immediately combated. In the middle, there was a time where I felt like I was constantly reminding my king that I'm on his side. Anyway, most recently, I mean, as recent as yesterday, I'm like, you know, this can only happen for so long. Somebody can combat your, you know, if you feel like you have to defend yourself, you're less likely to verbalize yourself, okay? If you know there's going to be a fight, if you say something, you're less likely to say something. That's a dangerous way to live, but it's the way a lot of us do, okay? You be like, I'm just going to shut my mouth. I ain't going to say nothing. You know what I mean? Not a sacred silence, because this type of silence ain't sacred. This is a secret silence. It's a dirty and hurtful silence, okay? Anyway, or you get to a point where you're walking on eggshells. You don't never know what to say or how to say it. I'm going to be honest, I didn't even know that I was getting to that point until I had got to that point where I would rather journal than say some of the things that were bothering me. Well, as of late, since I've been on this holistic and this water shit, it's been a lot easier. Both him and I have had enough change, enough shifts for both of us to be just straight the fuck up with each other. And now it just pours out of both of us. And however the fuck it come out. And it's more raw, and it's made us closer. So yesterday, I was saying to him something about the dogs, and he was telling me something. And then I was like, oh, never mind. Like, as soon as I had said something about it, I'm like, I know how fond he is of his dogs. Maybe that came out wrong. Like, I just automatically start to attack myself in my head. Like, you shouldn't have said that. Now you're going to turn him up. He about to go in. You going into work. You're going to create a whole fucked up frequency when all you had to do was just not say nothing. All of this happened in my head in 2 seconds. And what he said was, no. Because I was like, never mind. He's like, no. Not never mind. If it's something that bothers you, let's go ahead and talk about it. And it was very kind and gentle and loving. It's like, you know, I'm just a sentimental person. That's it. I'm just a sentimental person. And I'm like, okay. And we were able to get through it. But that's the piece, because he was able to, I've already journaled how it disempowers me when I cannot speak freely and openly to my mate. It disempowers me if and when I can't count on my mate to defend me. It disempowers me when my mate doesn't speak positive affirmations over me. It disempowers me when my partner does not speak womb affirmations before we make love. It disempowers me when my partner doesn't show me reciprocal love. It empowers me when all of those things do happen. And it took me knowing what disempowered me and paying attention to what disempowered me for me to realize what does power me up. All right. So when you make your list, no matter how big or small it is. Now, I just ran off some shit with me in my relationship because I just wanted to just give you something right quick. What I don't want you to do, though, is make your journey about you, about your relationship. I don't want you to make your journey about you, about your relationship. So it's cool to jot the things, like I said, in your relationship that disempower you. But if you want, do a relationship list and then do a self list. But we want to get as knee deep in this shit as we can. When we say journaling, this ain't like elementary school where you get your composition pad out and you write a 3-line shit about what you did yesterday. This is some real life work. You understand? This is real life work. This is doing the records that they said the old boy at the pearly gates was going to have, where they got the full record, like a book of everything you've done. That's exactly what I'm asking you to write. A book of everything you've seen and done. A write is a spell, a writ, a W-R-I-T. A writ is a spell. Our writing is magic, okay? Our writing is magical. So, yeah, our writing is magical. Make sure you're actually doing the journal work. And remember, I told you, we at the part now where I know this is where healers start looking the same. This is where I know whether or not you're doing the work. And if you're not doing the work, I don't feel, never thought of womb affirmations before sex as peace. After fasting from sex for a year before I met Say, I couldn't imagine it any other way, because I spoke womb affirmations to myself, you know. I couldn't even masturbate or touch myself before telling myself how perfect I am, how flawless and how gentle I am, how soft I am to the touch. I ain't never told myself, you got good pussy, you got the best pussy, your pussy so tight, your pussy so wet. No, I told myself, you're beautiful, you're soft, you're loving, you're caring, your frequency is amazing. Like, you have such a God body, your existence alone increases. Like, I really went the fuck in. So you can't just come over here like Jody and you gonna do the beat it up dance. Nah, you gonna have to come through with more than with a big dick or a big heart, man. You got to come. You're gonna have to come through. Yeah, like how you, even the brothers who be like, I'm a nut in that pussy. No, nigga, you're not. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Like, no. Can you imagine somebody being like, oh, can I nut in that pussy? You want me to nut in that pussy? Versus, you know what I'm saying? Versus whispering in your ear, I want you to bear my children. I look forward to our future together. You know what I'm saying? That makes a difference. Come on now. You got to give it to me how I need it, not how they told you in the porn I want it. So, yeah, I take my womb affirmations up front. It's foreplay. Somebody told us that foreplay meant licking your nipples and sucking your neck. No, foreplay was supposed to be about opening your spirit and opening your heart and opening your womb, mostly. Opening your womb the same way your vaginal canal will soften and open for a penis. Your spirit should be the same way for the dick. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy because some of us have, and this is going to sound cold, some of us have been raped in body and other of us have raped ourselves in mind and spirit, okay? The same way some men have forcefully taken our bodies from us. We have forcefully taken our spirits from us. We've forcefully shut our wombs down. We have done the same things to our wombs and our world that have been done to us, all right? Identify and make 2 lists in your journal, one for words or phrases that disempower you, and the other list for words or phrases that empower you. Remember, you can also discuss people, places, things, belief systems. I had to write it out, my belief in Jesus. My belief in Jesus disempowered me. It didn't matter if somebody told me he was black. It didn't matter how many texts proved that the copper feet or the woolly hair meant he was me, and none of that mattered to me. So many of my family members had died in the name of Jesus. So many of my ancestors had died in the name of Jesus, that Jesus, no matter how you serve it to me, no matter how you present it to me, the word, the energy, the frequency, this empowers me. And make no mistake, Jesus is still the sweetest name I know. We got to be real. When you say Jesus, black women do move. We have given power and we have given energy to Jesus. So I don't deny that Jesus is real now, because black woman has made Jesus real. But it doesn't matter in all the realness that black woman has given Jesus. Jesus disempowers me. When I say Ra, when I say Allah, when I say Adonai, there are so many other names that don't make me feel like this. And when I say Jesus, I feel coward. I feel weak. I feel small. When I say Jesus, I feel puny. And when I say NTR, I feel like the mountain, you know. I feel like the mountain. I feel like in Jesus, they taught me to realize how small I am by how big God's works are. And in my new life, I know that I am that I am that I am. I know that God is as big as God is because I am as big as I am. And I am as big as I am because God is as big as God is, if that makes sense. There is no chain of command, you know. It ain't got to, you got to go to the church, to go to the Son, to get to the Father, to get to the heaven, to get to the gate, to get on up. Nah, it's like you're here and you're there, and you're everywhere, and you've always been. And that's peace for me. But you got to get in your shit, though. You got to talk about what really disempowers you and what really empowers you. And it doesn't matter how anybody else receives it. You have to be true to what is you. All right? Like I said, also how frequently or infrequently you think these things, speak these things, practice these things. Observe how your use of your words has created the present and past conditions of your life. Affect, and we got to get off of here in a minute. Affect and direct your life in a more productive way by practicing power words. By observation and reflection homework, you will get a clearer picture of why your life is in its current state. You will witness how you have created your world with each word, spoken or unspoken. Nicknames in the cell phone. Let me give you that. Alright, hold on. I don't know why that just came to me, but one of y'all need to be got together, so let me give you this before the fuck I go. Nicknames in the cell phone. If your baby daddy ain't shit and you got deadbeat in the phone, he'll probably continue to be that because you speak it, you know. If he a deadbeat, I don't believe that he the type who's speaking affirmations over himself, so you might be the only God in the circle that got the ability to make the change thus far, and instead of doing so, you calling him deadbeat. You got fat back. That's your big bone homegirl in your phone. You got fat back, okay? Or you got your hustling friend, dirty red. Yeah, I've done it. You put a bunch of nicknames in your cell phone, or you call people by nicknames. Be careful. Be careful, because if these are people who have to stay in your life, like, there's no reason I want to put my baby daddy in my phone as he's just my baby daddy or deadbeat, because I don't want to speak that. That's not what I want in my life. I ain't even worried about his life right now. I don't want a deadbeat in my life, and so I'm not going to put that. I seen somebody phone rang at the job, and I looked at the screen. You know how we do. I be like, and it said opportunist. And I was thinking, damn, shit. All right, listen though, really and truly, even when we joke with our sisters and our brothers, we like, bitch or hoe, or those types of things. Like I said, the universe don't know that you been bitching hoe in a kind way. The universe didn't understand you was calling her fat in a sweet way. All right, be careful how we speak to each other, about each other, and over one another. All right, qepera is a Kemetic word for transformation. Qeperitize. All right, qeperitize, or transform your words. So instead of saying I'm sick, I'm detoxing. Instead of saying I hate my job, I'm seeking other employment. Instead of saying I'm trying, say I'm doing. Instead of I can't, I can, I don't have. Say I have all that I need, and so forth. All right, we'll come back again tomorrow. And yeah, we'll come back again tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to take us another day or two, but we're getting through. Remember, it's important that you're doing your stuff. It's important that you're doing your stuff. If you don't have the Sacred Woman book, buy the book. If you don't have the Sacred Woman book, buy the book. It's not my money. I'm not making no money off it. Buy the book so we have our tools. If we're going to do this shit together, let's do this shit together. Some of y'all been rocking too long to not have the book with you by now. And that's sad. That's sad, because if you don't have a book yet, because you're saying you don't have no money, but you done gave a nigga some pussy in the past 2 months, that's problematic. If you're saying you don't have no money to get your book, because the book is the tool we need to heal, but you done been out to eat in the past 2 months, that's fucked up. If you done been to a concert, a show, paid for Netflix, Hulu, or a Wi-Fi bill, and you ain't made a way to get your tool yet. Anyway, like I said, it won't be long now before we will start to see the changes in one another. Those of us doing the work, the light will emit and we will know. And those of us do not, you'll be behind. And by behind, I do mean behind, beloved. I love you with everything in me, but I am not in any position to move backwards. I'm in no position to move backwards. I will leave the light on for your ass. Okay? I will leave the light on for your ass. Yeah, I don't think I got no book orders that haven't been shipped. So if you got a book from me and you haven't received it, like I said, I don't think that's likely. But reach out to me at datspeace.com, DATSPEACE, or preoccupy.com. You see Shalonda typing it in right there for me. All right. Okay, so there we go. I am a distinctive, beautiful flower and a healing herb with a heart, a mind, breasts, buttocks, and a womb. I come with sacred earth medicine to to heal myself. All right, and then one more time, just because we're going to get this right here. NUK amiku qemam xeperu NTR NUK inu inku amuku. I am a shining being and a dweller in light who has been created and who came into existence from the limbs of NTR. I am one of those lights dwelling in the light. Alright? I love you, and I'll see y'all asses power hour tomorrow. Peace, family.